Alright, hey everyone, I'm back in the office and I think I want to do a bit of a prologue to another series of videos. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's not Lucas Mill, it's not sawmilling, it's not tree work. There might be a little bit of tractor work in it. Towards the end of the series, but yeah, it's sort of along the lines of what my life on the forest floor is like. I when I started this business, started out as forest floor timberware. I started it maybe, I don't know, 20 odd years ago. More than that, 25 odd years ago, just when I left high school. And I had a bit of a dream. I had a bit of a where I wanted to go with this, where I wanted to end up, and I'm getting there. It's taken a long time. I've had some ups and downs, and almost failed a couple of times, but yeah, pulled it all back, and now we're just ticking along nicely. I'm not in this to get rich, although getting rich would be really nice, but what I'm all about is lifestyle. Creating a good lifestyle for myself and my family, enjoying life, enjoying the world, living in some beautiful natural surroundings, and living life with my beautiful family, and hopefully improving the world, not just for us but for some other people around us, having some kind of positive impact for my family and the people that I come in contact with, or both directly or indirectly. That's what it's all about in this life, I think, is leaving a positive mark on the world. So yeah, I digress. So what I started out doing was, when I left school, I was working for my stepfather. He was a builder, and worked with him sort of on and off for a couple of years, and I sort of came up with my idea of forest floor. And I like building furniture and doing tree work and collecting pieces of tree to make into furniture. And as well as that, I sort of had dreams of some kind of property development empire, which has sort of come to fruition, I guess, but on a sort of a different kind of a scale to what I envisaged back then. But yeah, anyway, what I want to do with this series is just show this is our first house build. Kirsty and I, you can see Kirsty in the photo, and little Sophie. We've bought a block together, and we just a small house block. We got it reasonably cheap, and yeah, we just want to build a house on it and live in it for a while, and possibly down the track we'll rent it out for holiday lets, or something like that. We'll see how we go. See how we like living in the town centre. So yeah, what I want to do with this series is just bring everybody along for our house build, from green fields, nothing on the block, to a finished house. Just a simple house. Should look something like that. So I think this is, if you don't find it interesting, if you just want to look at tree work and sawmilling, then this series might not be for you. But if you are interested in just seeing how you start with a bare paddock and end up with a nice house on it, I'm just going to do a series of a little video diary just to bring people along each week, or each fortnight, or however often it takes to get some sort of step by step of this bare paddock turning into a beautiful house with some landscaping. I'll do some landscaping stuff as well, build some carports, lay down some lawn. It's going to be a long series, just something that each week we can sort of get an update on and come back to and see how we end up. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be the number 1 in the series, just a little prologue. There's the block, couple of trees on the block, which you know, I think this is the reason why we got the block so cheap, was there was this red gum was quite large, just you know, quite tall, probably 20 or 30 metres. 30 metres? Yeah, well, it almost stretched all the way to the back of the block. Still mad arborist, he climbed it for me and chopped it out and cleaned it up, and then we felled it down the block into the block. I think one of the reasons why we got the block so cheap was there's sort of power lines here, and the tree was close to the power lines, and it had been pruned by the power company over the years, and it was sort of just looming over the whole block, so it had to be removed. There was no choice. I tried to figure out a plan of how to keep it, but I couldn't come up with anything that had safely you could put a house underneath that big tree, so it had to go. And you know, tree work is what we do, so it wasn't an issue for us just to remove the tree and yeah, start from fresh. I'll do quite a lot of planting. I'll put some trees down the back of the block where they're not going to interfere, and maybe some shrubs at the front to give a bit of privacy from the road. But yeah, we got this block at a really good price. So where we're at now is I've already cleared these trees. I'll show you another photo. That one, I think. Yeah, so I've cleared the trees. They were there and there, and had it dug out with an excavator, levelled with a laser level. I've screeded down some dolomite just to give it a nice thin screed. So that's all levelled with a laser level to within 5 to 10 mil. I've built a treated pine with steel retaining wall, and that's pretty much the footprint of the house. So the house stops about here somewhere, and this back area of the block will be lawn. So what we did was we dug out that section, and all the dirt that came out of that half of the cut got put on the back half. It's just called like a cut and fill, and that sort of made a nice flat pad from here pretty much to within 3 metres of the back boundary. So that gave us the house pad, and then a section out the back that will be lawn. Yeah, so this is I'll just show you the plans, just give you a rough idea of what we're building. We're building with a local building company that builds timber frame weatherboard houses. Don't know how well you can see that, but you can sort of see this is the plans I've been using to take down to the site, just to measure everything up. So there's a dining room at the front. This is the roadside that you can see up here where the utes parked. Front bedroom, master bedroom, sort of main bath, ensuite, bedroom 2 and 3, sort of hallway there with the laundry at the back, and the living room, and then the kitchen in the middle. So this is a nice big open plan sort of section. This house was just come out of a catalogue, straight out of a catalogue. The Sarah Homes is the company. Sarah Homes has their logo. I really like their designs. They're really sort of current designs, nice open plan, very modern sort of feel. And yeah, we made some slight changes to the design. The building, we stretched it this way a bit, made it a little bit longer. And then that extra length in the building we put into the bathroom and the ensuite, and I think it also made the dining room a little bit larger, which allowed us to put this little inset veranda here, because the normal standard plans is just a wall across the front. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like. Elevations, pretty plain. But yeah, by the time I landscape it and deck around it and do some other stuff, that's about it. It's not much else. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I've already filmed the first video on site, which is the guys the First Fix carpenters, the rough-in carpenters, they've done the put down the blocks, and they're working on the floor at the moment. Floor, then after floor comes all the framing, then they put the roof on, then they put the cladding on, and gyprock. So there's all these just stages along the line, which I'll get down there every week or every few days or whatever it takes, just to do a little video diary of the job. So yeah, I might what's this? We're up to 10 minutes. So I'll call this video here, this prologue, sort of part 1, just introduction to the Yankalilla House Build, and yeah, and then I'll pretty quickly get up, just maybe straight away even, I'll upload part 2, which is me just walking around the site, doing a little video diary, and then we'll just sort of start it rolling from there. Every week or every few days I'll just go down and walk around, just have a little chat about where it's up to, and then yeah, be interesting to see how we go with a just a new house build, greenfields. You know, this is sort of where I want to take forest floor, maybe in the end, is sort of, you know, not just doing my tree services and my milling, is I also want to sort of get into building houses, incorporating some of the, you know, some of my landscape design, some of my timber that I mill, and some furniture, some woodworking into the house build, and yeah, hopefully somebody will see the value in that and buy it, and we might be able to make some money that way. So yeah, I'll just bring you along with this first one, and we'll see how we go. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for this space turning into a house. Alright, cheers. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to make any comments. Yeah, the more feedback I get with all these videos, yeah, the more feedback you get, better. Helps with ideas, just lets us know that somebody's interested, and we'll keep doing it. Alright, thanks everyone. See ya.